Well, it is hard to believe that we are at nearly the very end of another regular season of high school hoops here in Lorain County, but here we are on senior night at Wellington High School, where the Wellington Dukes are going to be taking on the Open Door Patriots. It's been a night of fanfare here so far in Wellington as they've announced all the seniors and their families. We've got a great crowd here as these two teams look to finish their seasons on a high note as they get ready for one of their final couple of games. And we're going to bring it to you here on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. Michael Keefe joining you here from Wellington High School. Joining me on the call, Jared Kozar, running the camera over there, Dave Rydell. But Jared, two teams that haven't had great outcomes this season, two teams that haven't won a ton of games. It is the 4-15 Wellington Dukes and the 3-16 Open Door Patriots. But you still look at these squads, and it's always special on senior night, and it's always special to just kind of take in the moments at the end of the year.
Well, certainly you're correct there, Michael, and I think a lot of it has to do with when you look at the way these teams are made up, and maybe it hasn't gone the way you wanted to, but Jim Baker really in his first year back coaching, back here at Wellington. It's home for him. Now he's never coached here before, but, definitely a big-time, well-known name throughout Lorain County basketball. And he's starting to put the stamp on the program here. Basically made no promises when he told administration, I'll come back and take this job and kind of guide the program, but you've got to try to identify somebody long-term that's going to do it because it won't be me forever. Long story short, though, in terms of that coaching lineage, is that, he's really grown throughout the season with these guys. And I'll tell you what, we had them here a couple weeks back. They defeated a really good Oberlin team that's surging right now. And Jim looked as young as he ever has in terms of some of the energy that he displayed on the floor that night. On the other side, you've got veteran Lorain County head coach as well as Jim Baker with Alan Januzzi. Alan in his second stop here at Open Door, and he's in a little bit of a rebuild from where he was just a couple of years back when he decided to make the trip back to Open Door and take that program over. They've got, I think you're going to have dynamite players here that you see on an individual basis for both of these squads. And Deacon Worth with the Wellington Dukes and what he can do, and he's going to match up against a really good guard over there on the other side of the ledger for Open Door. If you want to give the tail of the tape there statistically in terms of what Mr. Bendick can do.
Well, yeah, you're talking about it now, Braden Bendick, and it's probably part of the challenge for Coach Januzzi and his coaching staff. You've got this outstanding scorer in Braden Bendick. He is averaging 25 points a game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He's kind of the do-everything for this team, and it's not to say the other guys are not doing things, but you probably want to see a little bit more well-rounded outcomes there. They do get 10 points a game from Liam Coughlin, who is able to fill it up a little bit, but when you look at the scoring averages, it's 25 for Bendick, and then you kind of look up and down, and it's 3 points here, 4 points here, 3 points here, 2 points here. So they really do rely on Bendick to do all the scoring on Open Door side of things.
And Jim Baker, the type of coach that can exploit that as a matchup and say, okay, well, we can let Braden Bendick beat us, and we can win some matchups and make it more of a well-rounded team effort. And I think for Alan Januzzi, it's been a matter of, if not coming from Braden Bendick, who's going to help us, who's going to be points when he has to come off the floor. And they struggled figuring that out throughout the year, and now you find yourself with just a couple of ball games left. It's interesting, neither team, like you said, where they want to be, but I think both of them kind of trying to figure it out here with just a couple of days before tournament play begins.
And I love what you said about Jim Baker before. Again, he went here. He is a Wellington Duke. And Lorain County people will know his name from those years in Avon at the beginning of the century, basically 2000 to 2013, and all the great stuff he did there. He is a Lorain Athletic Hall of Famer, is Jim Baker. But for him to come back and do what he did and do it in the way that he did it and say, listen, this isn't supposed to be long-term, but I'm going to help you find the right guy. I mean, you got to feel like you're in good hands if you are Wellington.
Well, and right now he is the right guy for this program. There's no question about that. I really hope that Jim makes a little bit of a commitment to stick around and maybe see some of the process out in terms of who that next recruited coach is going to be.
All right, well, we're going to take a little break here on the pregame show for the National Anthem. We'll be back with more right here on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
It's the biggest show of the year, the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Nick Abraham Buick GMC is once again proud to be a part of the event, so you can see their latest lineup packed with style, performance, and innovation. Take the drive to their Elyria showroom, where special auto show deals are waiting for you. From the auto show to your driveway, get your next vehicle at Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Lorain Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
All right, the national anthem has been played here at Wellington High School, and we are getting ready for this senior night event between the Wellington Dukes and the Open Door Patriots. Let's set things up with the starting lineups. Let's start with the visiting Open Door Patriots, who are going to be led out there by, 3 guards, 2 forwards. They got a freshman, they got some juniors. They have 2 freshmen and 3 juniors. That's how they're going to start things off. And so we'll just go in numerical order, and it's Cooper Swagelak, the guard, a 5'4 freshman, averaging 3 points a game. We talked about Braden Bendick. He's the leading scorer. He is a 6-foot guard junior, 25 points per game. Titus Hanrahan is a 6'2 junior. He's a forward, averages 4 points, 2 rebounds per game. Zane Patton, the forward, 6'1 junior, 3 points, 4 rebounds per game. And Liam Coughlin rounds out the starting lineup, the 5'11 freshman, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game for Coughlin. Over here on the home side for the Wellington Dukes, it is a full senior slate of starters for Jim Baker as he gives his seniors a shout out and a chance to all take the court at the same time to start this one off. Landon Whitehouse, 6'3 senior, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Sam Bohr, the guard, 5'10 senior, and I heard a little bit about him. They gave a little info about these guys. He is a French transfer student. So this is his first year playing basketball for Sam Bohr, and he's out there starting for the Dukes tonight. David Roldan, 5'8 senior, score 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. He gets the nod tonight. And then we get to Gavin Wacker. He is a 6'3 senior, 6 points, 4 rebounds. And the leading scorer for the Wellington Dukes is Deacon Worth. He's a 6'1 senior, 14 points, 5 rebounds per game. Those are the starting lineups for this one.
Pretty excited about that matchup. Not that they're going to necessarily have the defensive assignment against each other, but between Deacon Worth and when you mentioned with Braden Bendick, those guys would be called upon to do a lot for their organizations this time. With Wellington, that senior-laden lineup, most of those guys contribute. They've been through the program, and you mentioned Jim Baker taking over this year. He did a lot to, I think, help those guys out and make sure that their efforts throughout the previous 3 years were certainly recognized once the new sheriff was in town. It wasn't as if those guys fell along the wayside. And certainly exciting for the young man over here from France, the exchange student. He's getting a chance here to start here at senior night. Came out and celebrated with his host father, and that was pretty impressive to see.
That was cool, yeah. So we'll look to see if they can get Sam Bohr going early in the scoring sheet. So as they announce the Wellington Dukes, the cheerleaders, and then they'll get to the lineups here. Here's the thing. these are two teams that have combined on the season for a total of 7 wins, right? Wellington 4-15, Open Door 3-16. But what are the odds? Both these teams coming off of wins. Wellington, their last time out in a non-conference affair, went out to Beechwood. What a hike that is for the Wellington Dukes. They went out to Beechwood and won 56-45. Open Door, they played back-to-back with Lake Ridge Academy, and they won both. So Open Door's actually on a 2-game winning streak. The last one, 65-45 victory over Lake Ridge Academy. So both these teams feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
And you have to like that coming down to the home stretch. Just probably, one regular season game left for each of these programs after tonight. For Allen Januzzi, simply put, Mike, it's important for them to have Lorain County competition, for them to go out and find schools in Lorain County that want to play Open Door and put them on the schedule. And I think that he's really, really committed to that since coming back to the program, is saying, we've got to find teams that are going to play us locally. Wellington's one of those teams. Usually he gets a Columbia or Vermilion on there and tries to really sort of fabricate a schedule year in and year out. You can admire the grinder that is Allen Januzzi.
And he certainly is, and we had them. You and I did the game against Vermilion, and it didn't go their way in that game. But like you said, that's the grinder, but that's the thing for a program, and I think that's why he came back. And Allen Januzzi's a guy that spent a lot of time coaching at kind of the parochial-style schools. He did have that stretch at Firelands, but when you look before that, he was at Elyria Catholic. He was a Lorain Catholic.
Lorain Catholic guy.
And he was here at Open Door before at the turn of the century. And so coming back, you can tell it just means something to him for this program.
He's had success everywhere he's gone, and I think when you think about it through a tough campaign like this, you have to kind of look back and say that you know how to do it. People know that you know how to do it. The parents certainly trust the fact that they're going to leave a young man that's going to come out of this program better than he started when Allen Januzzi has control over that destiny.
Well, we're going to find out which of these teams continues their winning ways as we are set for tip-off here from Wellington, home of the Dukes, here on senior night. It's a great crowd here for the Dukes and the Open Door Patriots. The ball is up, the tip is away, and it's Open Door that controls, and it goes right to Bendick, who will get things going for the Patriots. He'll swing it over into the left side. That is Swagelak. Pass it back up top. Now they're just swinging it around the arc. Open Door opening possession of the game. Bendick's got it. He switches it over right wing. Again, Open Door just being patient with their offensive possession. Hanrahan's got it now, gives it back to Bendick, back up top to Hanrahan. He had a shot, then he didn't take it, dribbles into lane. Little bit of contact, nothing called. Hanrahan then gets it inside, goes up with a shot, misses it. Rebounded by Wellington, and here come the Dukes. Roldan's got it on the right side, passes it around. Now it's Wellington taking their time as they swing it around. This is going to be a three-point attempt that's up and good for Landon Whitehouse. And the first bucket of the game belongs to the Wellington Dukes as he hits a right wing three-pointer to put Wellington up 3-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bendick's got it, gets it over to Swagelak. Coughlin up at the top. Hanrahan's got it. Now they're just swinging around. Bendick winds up with it out near the logo. Bendick's dribbling, looking for a lane. Gets it over to Swagelak, right side. All the way across to Coughlin, and they've got the ball out near midcourt again. So Open Door just looking to find a good shot here as they patiently pass the ball around the arc. Bendick's got it, dribbles right. Now he just immediate double team comes from Wellington. He dribbles around it, gets into the lane, and then he's going to travel. He had a good pass back to Titus Hanrahan, but he took one too many steps. The traveling was called, and Wellington takes over.
Good call there. We were able to capture that by the extremely fine camera work of Dave Rydell.
Dave just booking it out here to bring you the camera angles of this game on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. Wellington with the basketball. And it's Roldan who's got it. Out near the top, he gets it over to Whitehouse. Whitehouse passes inside. This is going to be just a short jumper that's up and no good, rebounded by Open Door. And they come the other way as it was Worth. His first shot attempt was no good. 3-0 Wellington, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hanrahan's got it baseline for Open Door. Gets it to Bendick. Bendick tries to get it back inside. It's stolen, and now it's Worth, who is out in front of the pack. He's going to go up and lay it in on the break. No, it's going to be miss. That ball went in and out. It just kind of sat on the rim, and Worth misses the wide-open breakaway layup. That keeps it 3-0. Open Door gets the rebound.
Sat in the real estate for a long time before Open Door was able to come away with the rebound, but one they never thought they would secure based on the way that ball looked like it was going to go down.
It's going to be another steal as Worth's got it. Now it's a 2-on-1 down the court. Worth's going to go up for a tough layup. It's going to get blocked. Rebound up and no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Open Door as Bendick comes down with it. Right there, just a little bit of Wellington. You had 2-on-1. Just a simple pass probably makes it an easy layup. Instead, Worth goes up for a contested layup, misses it. Bohr gets the rebound but couldn't finish it. And now Open Door's got the ball.
Yeah, Wellington foul on the rebound as well, and that would go on Bohr. And it's just not being able to finish at the hoop.
Here's a three-point attempt for Open Door. That is good, as that's Liam Coughlin who hits on the three. Assist as Titus Hanrahan found him in the corner, and Coughlin was pure on the three-pointer. Down on the other end, Wellington's going to turn the ball over. An errant pass goes out of bounds, and Open Door's going to get the ball back. 4:59 to go here in this one. 3-3. Wellington and Open Door locked in a bit of a sloppy one to start. Swagelak's got it, the freshman. Passes it over to Coughlin. Coughlin gets it over here to Patton. Patton's got it right wing. Throws it off the foot of his intended teammate, and it gets stolen away. This is Bohr, who's got it all the way down the court, gives it to Roldan, who's going to pass it to Whitehouse at the top. And now they're going to get it in. Nice pass by Whitehouse on the baseline. Missed jump shot. Rebound Wellington. Missed layup. Another rebound Wellington. Missed layup. And it's Open Door coming the other way. A lot of good looks there for the Dukes. And they just couldn't convert. And a three-point attempt for Coughlin here is no good. But it's offensive rebound here for Open Door. And that last Wellington possession, it was both Wacker and Worth that had good looks at the hoop. They couldn't get it. Open Door now with a shot that's no good. As putting it up for Open Door was Hanrahan. He missed it short, and Wellington comes down with the rebound. Worth has it in the left corner. It's to Whitehouse. Swings it up top to Bohr. Over to Whitehouse. Three-point attempt. No good, and rebounded by Open Door.
Michael, I have Wellington missing their last 8 shots. They connected on their first 3, and they have not hit one since. Not a 3, not a 2. A lot of close calls, but nothing in the scorebook.
And they're getting ready to make some changes as Wellington's got 3 men sitting at the scorer's table at the next dead ball. Swagelak has it. He finds inside Patton. Patton in the paint, then picks up his dribble. Finds Bendick on a cutting layup that's no good. Bendick had an open look, and he just couldn't finish it. Now here comes Wacker down the court quickly for Wellington. He finds Worth for a three-pointer, and that's perfect. The leading scorer for the Wellington Dukes hits on that three-pointer, his first bucket of the game. That makes it 6-3 Wellington. 3 minutes to go, first quarter, 6-3 Wellington over Open Door. Open Door passes it around. It's Coughlin to Patton on the left side. He gets it inside, and there's going to be a foul as he found Hanrahan in the lane. Good cut there by Hanrahan. Good pass by Coughlin. And a foul was called against Wellington.
Good one's going to go on Deacon Worth.
We're going to get a whole boatload of subs. As in for Wellington, Connor Kinzer, Bryce Lemkool, and Landon Beal come in. As nice inbound play here for Open Door as they found Bendick on a quick hitter, and he floats it up and in. And Bendick has got his first bucket. It makes it 6-5 Wellington. Dukes have it down the court. Worth on the left side. Swings it over to Whitehouse. Looks at a 3, then passes back inside to Worth. A little floater that's perfect. And that makes it 8-5 in favor of the Dukes. That's a quick 5 points for Worth. Open Door's got it. Coughlin up top. And the checked in was Nikos Poulios. Poulios got it, and he doesn't have a dribble, so he's just looking for some help. He tries to fire it into the corner. It's no good. Or it's no good. It's picked off, and it's Worth coming down the other side. Worth into the corner. 3-point attempt for Wellington is way too long. It's an air ball rebounded by Open Door. And here come the Patriots. Bendick's got it. He dribbles right into the lane. Kicks it out to Poulios. Poulios fakes a 3, then gets it to Hanrahan in the corner. Now they're going to swing it back up top to Coughlin. 8-5. Wellington with the lead. Open Door with the basketball. Poulios has it in the corner, then swings it inside. A good pass to Bendick. He got bumped, and then he went out of bounds. And no whistle from the official on a foul. It's going to be Wellington's basketball.
Boy, 6 turnovers for Open Door here. Still a minute and 43 left. A couple of really nice passes by Poulios over there to set teammates up. Just not able to convert.
Wellington with the basketball. They get it down. Whitehouse has it as they swing it around. Kinzer swings it into the corner to Worth. Worth, strong drive into the lane, lays it up and in with the right hand. And all of a sudden, Deacon Worth has got 7 quick points. That makes it 10-5 in favor of the Dukes. Quickly down the court comes Open Door, as it's a little two-man game with Coughlin and Patton. And Coughlin tried to get the ball up to Bendick, top of the key. Bendick wasn't there, and he throws it into the backcourt. And it's going to be Wellington basketball all the way on their side of the court.
Yeah, Worth coming to life here after we mentioned they had missed 8 consecutive looks, and it hasn't been the case the past few times down, as he's single-handedly getting them back into this game and put that 5-point advantage on the board.
Roldan checks back in and fires up a 3 immediately off the inbounds pass that's no good off left iron, rebounded by Open Door. Bendick's got it, dribbles left side, all the way down the lane, and he steps out of bounds. Before he could get the ball over to Pulios for a little wide open floater, he stepped on the baseline. It's a turnover for Open Door again, and Wellington's got the ball with a 10-5 lead, 49 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute to play, but 8 turnovers for the Patriots right now.
Here comes the Wellington Dukes as they face a little pressure from Open Door, and it causes a turnover. There's a little bit of an errant pass by Landon Beal. He's trying to get the ball over to Whitehouse, and he throws it out of bounds in the sideline. And Open Door catches a break, 10-5. They get the ball back with 38 seconds. They inbound the ball to Bendick. Deep in the backcourt, and now he'll bring it up. Bendick, left side. Going to swing it right side to Pulios. Pulios directing traffic. Swings it to Hanrahan, gives it to Patton, back up top to Pulios. It's tipped, it's deflected, it's stolen by Wellington, and then up for a tough shot and blocked. What a block that was by Patton, and it's going to be Open Door basketball. As going down there for the shot was Connor Kinzer, and that was a great block there by Patton for Open Door. Gives them the ball back.
Showing you that not all is lost following the turnover, and Alan Januzzi will be happy about that. He'll be more happy if they can find something here this last 10 seconds.
Bendick gets it to Pulios. 7 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. 5 seconds. Patton's going to pull up for a 3 that's off right iron, and it's going to be rebounded and then out of bounds right as the clock hits 0. So we're going to say that is how the first quarter is going to end. A low-scoring affair here. Lots of turnovers, but lots of action here in this one. But after one quarter, it's Wellington 10. It's Open Door 5. We'll be back with more on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is proud to once again be a part of the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Check out the latest models, explore new technology, and find the perfect ride that suits your lifestyle. Love what you see at the show? Head over to Nick Abraham Elyria Ford for special deals you don't want to miss. From the show floor to the showroom, your next ride awaits at Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
And welcome back out to Wellington High School. We're getting ready for the start of the second quarter, where the Wellington Dukes have a 10-5 lead over the Patriots of Open Door Christian Academy. Michael Keefe, Jared Kozar on the call here. Dave Rydell running the camera. Jared, frantic action there in that first quarter, but it seemed like after a little bit, Wellington found a little bit of a way to settle down. They got their star scorer going in Worth, and he wound up with 7 points.
And amazing how that works. And a guy like Worth can come in there and right the ship here and kind of get everybody else, maybe not going, but at least calm down.
As we're going to get a quick three-point attempt for Wellington right at the beginning of the second quarter. That's no good, as putting up that shot was Bryce Lemkool, and it was no good. A foul on the rebound attempt against Wellington, and Open Door will have the basketball.
That's happened to Wellington a couple of times here. Just 3 team fouls, period, have been called, all 3 of them against Wellington. Nothing egregious, it's getting a little bit aggressive on the rebound. Maybe they think they've got an advantage physically against Open Door.
Liam Coughlin with the basketball, swings it left side to Patton, gives it to Hanrahan, back over to Patton on the left wing. Patton dribbles towards the top, trying to get it to Bendick. Now he's going to swing it all the way over to Swagelak on the right side, who's going to find Hanrahan back to Swagelak. And now just great pressure by this Wellington defense. Going to come away with a steal. Again, another 2-on-1 advantage. And this is going to be a good layup attempt, as it is Connor Kinzer who's got his first bucket of the game to make it 12-5 Wellington off the turnover. And every time Bendick has the basketball, Wellington sending multiple defenders at him, as this is Patton that goes up for a layup that's no good. Now Kinzer leaks out again, and he's got another wide open layup on the break. 4 quick points for Connor Kinzer, and we're going to get a timeout as Alan Januzzi wants to talk this one over. A quick run there for the Dukes has it 14-5 at the very beginning here of the second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more on the all-new WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
It's the biggest show of the year, the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Nick Abraham Buick GMC is once again proud to be a part of the event, so you can see their latest lineup packed with style, performance, and innovation. Take the drive to their Elyria showroom, where special auto show deals are waiting for you. From the auto show to your driveway, get your next vehicle at Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Quick 4-0 run for the Wellington Dukes off a couple turnovers by the Open Door Patriots to start this second quarter. Has Wellington with a 14-5 lead with 6:51 to go. Michael Keefe, Jared Kozar on the call here, and you just saw a little bit of, you see Wellington, it's swarming defense down here. It seems like they're just worried about Bendick. When he's got the ball, they send multiple defenders at him, and they're just asking anybody else to beat him, and right now it's creating havoc for Open Door.
And I'm pretty confident that's why Alan Januzzi called that timeout there, Mike, is just to say, what are we doing well out there? And the answer is not a ton. We're not bad ball handlers. We've seen some of what they can do despite the turnovers. We've got to find ways to get guys open, and I think he wanted to say we've got to come up with a plan right now.
Swagelak gets it to Bendick inside. Then they swing it back outside. He's got the basketball now. Braden Bendick swings it out. This is going to be Hanrahan, who fires up a three-pointer that's off back iron, no good. Rebounded by Wellington, and the Dukes bring it down the court. Whitehouse has it, head of steam, gets into the lane. He's going to pass it to the inside. They're going to swing it back to the outside, and they're going to find Worth, who fires a three-pointer that's no good off left iron. And it's Whitehouse who saves it before it goes out of bounds, so an offensive rebound for Wellington. Whitehouse has got it. He drives baseline, gets it back out to Worth. Now Worth is going to swing it back up top to Kinzer. Kinzer swings it out to the right side. A little bobble there by Lemkool. Gets it back up to Kinzer. Back over to Lemkool in the right corner. He swings it to the inside. That's Worth. A strong move in the post for Worth. And lays it up and in. And Worth has his first bucket of the second quarter to give the Wellington Dukes an 11-point lead, 16-5 with 5:40 to go before the half.
The other thing I think Alan Januzzi's thinking, we've been stuck on 5 for a while, guys. We got to get something down there to figure out, or attack and get fouled. Either way, need productivity on that scoreboard.
They're passing it around. Coughlin gets it up top to Bendick. 2 Wellington Dukes went for the steal there. They didn't get it, and left Bendick with a lane. He drives down the lane into the right side and scores with a right-hand layup to give Open Door their first bucket in a while. But Wellington's going to answer with another Worth wide-open layup right at the other end. As Worth with 4 quick points here. He's got 11 on the game. Bendick's got it. There's 3 defenders standing around him. He's going to pass it around. They're going to get it to Patton on the inside. Patton's going to swing it to Swagelak in the corner for a three-pointer, and he hits it. The lefty from the left corner. Swagelak hits his first button of the game, the freshman. And that makes it 18-10. Wellington with the lead. Cross-court pass for Wellington. They've got it in their offensive zone. Just cross-court passes left and right for Wellington. And it winds up with a wide-open three. Bryce Lemkool hits the three-pointer from the left corner to answer the one from Swagelak, and that makes it 21-10. Swagelak's going to fire again and hit one from the corner, and all of a sudden it's offense everywhere here in this game. Cooper Swagelak, the freshman, back-to-back three-pointers for Open Door, makes it 21-13. Wellington with the ball. Lemkool's going to fire a three. See if he can answer again. No. He's going to fire it too far. It's an air ball, rebounded by Open Door, and here comes Bendick. He's going to fire it to Swagelak in the corner. He's got another three-pointer that's going to be too long. Rebounded by Wellington, so a little heat check for the freshman there, but he couldn't hit it. And now Wellington's got the basketball.
Tough to blame him, especially the nice feed from Bendick.
Connor Kinzer with another layup. He's got 3 layups in this second quarter, and he hits it. A strong move there to make it 23-13 Wellington over Open Door with 3:42 to go in the first half. Swagelek's got it on the left wing. He tries to get it up top to Bendick. He does get it to him. Bendick drives into the lane. Strong move there, and then a soft touch off the glass. And Bendick's got another bucket here as Braden Bendick is now up to 6 on the game. 23-15. Wellington with the lead in their senior night here at Wellington High School. Lemkool inside, gets it to Worth on the outside. Now they've got it kind of swinging it around. All the passes are on the inside here for Wellington. They're just doing a lot of interior passing. The ball winds up in the hands of Lemkool, who puts up a shot. It does not go, but he's going to go to the line to shoot a couple free throws.
That is the first foul on Open Door this evening. Comes with 3:08 left to play in the first half.
There's a lot of interior passing. You don't see that a whole heck of a lot. They made 3 or 4 passes on the inside. And it wound up with a good look for Lemkool, who hits his first free throw. And we'll get a whole bunch of substitutions. Coughlin and Patton will check out for Open Door. Lemkool. Second free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Open Door. That's Dietrich Geyer in. First time in this game. Bendick. He comes down, tries to swing it over to Swagelak in the corner. It's tipped out of bounds. And the ball will remain with Open Door. Couple substitutions now for Wellington, as Kinzer and Lemkool will take a seat. And back into the game for Wellington will be Roldan. And let's see who else came into the game for them. Landon Beal also came in. We're going to get a foul against Wellington on the inbounds pass. And Open Door is going to inbounds it again from right under their own hoop. Pulios, the inbounder. He's going to fire it into Hanrahan. He gets it to Swagelak. Almost stolen again by Worth. Passes back up top to Hanrahan. They get the ball into the hands of Bendick. He faces 2 defenders, and again, another foul called. They're really being physical with Bendick every time he touches the ball. This time they're going to get Landon Beal again with a foul as he threw a shoulder into Bendick there.
And I think the shoulder actually propelled Bendick into the Wellington bench in terms of forcing him off the ball and out of bounds. And that one, Jim Baker almost caught Bendick on the way down.
Yeah, sure did. Now, Swagelak's got it, top of the key. Passes it over to Hanrahan. Hanrahan to Pulios. They get it to Bendick. Bendick all the way out at the logo, but there's all kinds of Wellington defenders looking at him. Now they'll send a double at him. He tries to get the ball inside. It's a pass that's too high for Geyer to handle. It's a turnover. Worth then just going to knife into the lane on the other end and score it with a right-handed layup. As Worth, 6 points here in the second quarter. He's got 13 on the game. Open Door with the ball. They swing it into the corner. It's Swagelak. Pulios has it, top of the key. Back to Swagelak. Into the corner for Hanrahan. He fakes a 3, steps in, fakes a jumper, gets it back up top to Swagelak. Bendick with the basketball now. Again, top of the key. He dribbles left side into the lane. Hits Hanrahan for a wide open 3 at the top of the key. That's no good. Rebounded Wellington, and the Dukes go the other way. 26-15 is the Dukes' lead here with 1:39 to go in this half. Whitehouse fakes a 3, then dribbles into the lane, puts up a floater that's no good. Rebounded by Wellington. Layup attempt is no good, and Bendick comes down with the rebound, and here comes Open Door quickly down the court. Bendick, Swagelak in the corner. He puts up a 3 off back iron. Rebound tipped in the air, grabbed by Hanrahan. And he gets it inside to Bendick. Bendick puts up a shot, no, gets his own rebound, and follows with a layup, and that makes it 26-17 Wellington. As the ball gets tipped out of bounds by Open Door, and it'll stay with Wellington.
I think it's really important for Open Door to go into the intermission only down single digits. They fought back now to get that lead to under 10. Got to find a way to make that last. A minute and 9 remaining here in order to have some positivity going into that break.
Lemkool checked back into the game for Wellington, as did Kinzer, and then Kinzer immediately turned it over. And now we're under a minute to go here in the first half. Open Door with the basketball, facing this 26-17 deficit. Hanrahan tries to get the ball up top to Coughlin. The ball's tipped out of bounds by Kinzer, and it will stay with Open Door with 49.8 on the clock. Remember, at the half, we'll get you stats. We'll get you some analysis from this first half, scores from the area, and more. So stick with us at the halftime show in under a minute of game time. Ball's inbounded to Swagelak. They get it to Bendick. They immediately double Bendick, who floats it over to Swagelak. He gets the ball to Patton. Patton not real sure where to go with it as he finally gets it over to Coughlin, but they're going to say that he was fouled on that pass attempt. And it'll be open door basketball on the sideline with 37.3 on the clock here in the first half.
Wellington still had a foul to give there, but that would change if they were to commit another one over this final 37. Clock not running right now either. This could be a storyline of problematic origin.
Now it's running. We're down to 34 seconds, so that was a solid 5 seconds that the clock didn't move. But open door just swinging it around. Taking their time here and just looking for the last shot. Swagelak and Hanrahan just passing it back and forth. As down here in the corner is Bendick. Right underneath us here. Swagelak gets it to Hanrahan. They pass it over into the corner to Bendick, and then he dribbles up to the top. 12 seconds on the clock, and Wellington sends the double. Bendick looks to get into the lane. He does get into the lane. He knifes in. He goes up for a layup that's no good, but he gets fouled. And Bendick will go to the line to shoot a couple free throws with 6.2 seconds to go here in the first half.
First opportunity for open door at the line this evening, and probably the guy they need to have there is Braden Bendick, I would imagine, based on the free throw percentages, although I didn't peruse that as heavily as you did.
Well, here is Bendick. Toes the line. First free throw attempt is up and perfect. So that gives Braden Bendick 9 points in this first half, with a chance for 10 and to cut this lead down to 7. Bendick toes the line. Second free throw attempt up and perfect. And Braden Bendick makes it 26-18 Dukes as we get some substitutions here. Wellington's got 6.2 seconds to go the length of the floor and do something with their last possession of this first half. Open door picks up the defense full court. It's Lemkool that's got it. He dribbles down to Kinzer. He finds him in the corner. He dribbles and then dribbles it out of bounds. No time left on the clock, and we are going to go to the half. That's a strong finish to the first half for the Open Door Patriots. And as we hit halftime here, it is Wellington 26, Open Door 18. We're going to be back with the halftime show. Again, scores, analysis, stats, all that and more right after this on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is proud to once again be a part of the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Check out the latest models, explore new technology, and find the perfect ride that suits your lifestyle. Love what you see at the show? Head over to Nick Abraham Elyria Ford for special deals you don't want to miss. From the show floor to the showroom, your next ride awaits at Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Welcome here to halftime at Wellington High School, where the Wellington Dukes have a lead here at the half, although a little concern on the score part. We're going to see if they get this fixed or if they're even going to talk about it, Jared. It looks like the scoreboard operator did not give point to Braden Bendick after his second free throw. It was 26-17. He went to the line and hit 2 free throws, so it should be 26-19 here at the half. Instead, the scoreboard shows 26-18, and so we will see if they get that squared away down there at the scorer's table. Because, again, the score should be 26-19. It should be a 7-point basketball game here.
And it does now say 19.
And they have adjusted. See, they were listening.
I think Dave Rydell willed him to that because they said, well, he's got it on there. We have to put 19 up. They've talked about it. People are watching it. So that's all Dave.
That's Dave Rydell just doing the work of the people.
If you will it, it is no dream.
It's what he's known for. He does the work of the people, and he did it here again tonight, running the camera and making sure the score is right. Dave Rydell, Mr. Do Everything. And then we're just here to talk. Michael Keefe, Jared Kozar, running things here, talking about this basketball game on senior night, which got a lot more entertaining in the second quarter, Jared. That first quarter was sloppy. Open Door, really not sure how to respond to the way that Wellington was defending them. And by defending them, it just meant they were throwing 2 or 3 guys at all times at Braden Bendick, and they were asking anybody else to beat him, and nobody was really taking that up. In the second quarter, though, for Open Door, Jared, they still got outscored in the second quarter, but they played a much better brand of basketball, and they had other guys step up. Namely, how about on the outside, Cooper Swagalak, the freshman, he came in and buried a couple big 3-pointers there in that quarter. And it looks like Alan Januzzi, the veteran coach, just got his guys to kind of settle in and start playing better basketball.
I would agree with that. And, certainly, it just helped, I think, for somebody at Open Door to see somebody that was not Braden Bendick starting to help carry that load a little bit, and that's what happened. When it's a freshman to boot, I think, they had definitely drawn up a couple opportunities to get him open on the baseline here where he felt pretty confident, and a couple of good-looking shots. Like you said, too, it went to the heat check. He didn't miss by much in that third consecutive attempt either, and I think maybe coming out of a timeout, if Open Door feels that they can work that to their advantage here coming up in the second half and create some more opportunities for him, that's going to take the pressure off of Bendick, or just, even if it's not Swagalak, somebody else, and say, we can get a guy open. I've been pretty impressed with their ability to work the ball around the perimeter. It just maybe too many passes, giving Wellington a chance to capitalize defensively and come up with a turnover.
Well, and on the other side, I think, if you're Jim Baker and you're talking to your boys at the half, you still outscored Open Door in that second quarter. You're still playing pretty good basketball. You got a little sloppy with some of your shots throughout the course of the game. But I think the mantra for Wellington as you go into the second half is, let's run these guys out of the gym, because when Wellington's running, when they have got their guys, every time there's a turnover or a rebound, they seem to get everybody down the court faster than Open Door does, and that's where they're really doing most of their damage.
Doing it with more continuity, doing it with more fresh bodies as well. The first time we saw Alan Januzzi in this Open Door Patriot Ball Club, they had a few less options over at Vermillion than they do now, but you're getting maybe more pieces together. You've established who might be a JV player that can contribute at the varsity level by now, but it's still not quite where he needs that program to be in terms of being able to compete with guys that have done it at the varsity level, like some of these Wellington Dukes, for more than just a handful of games.
Hey, a shout out to this kid for Open Door, by the way, Cooper Swagalak. We watched him in the JV game right before he played in that game. He had a difficult shot, 0.6 of a second left, and the Open Door JV team was losing by 3, and they inbounded him the basketball, and he darn near put it in to tie that game up, just kind of rimmed in and out. But he's just played a full JV game, and he's out here giving them some good minutes in this varsity game as well. I'll give you some individual scoring numbers from this one, and then Jared, I'll send it over to you for some team statistics. But scoring numbers, again, not a ton of scoring on either side, 26-19 at the half. But for the Wellington Dukes, who are on the 26th side of that, they were led by Deacon Worth. He had 7 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, so he's got 13 in this one. Next up on the scoring list, Connor Kinzer, who kind of brought some life into that second quarter, especially on the fast break for Wellington. He had 6 on 3 layups. Bryce Lemkool came in, hit a 3-pointer, and then hit a free throw. He's got 4 points. And lastly, it is Landon Whitehouse. He hit a 3-pointer. That was the first bucket of the game for the Wellington Dukes, and he has 3 points at the half. On the other side, it is Braden Bendick. He's got 10 at the half. He only had 2 after the first quarter, so he did a good job getting himself going there in that second quarter. We talked a lot about Cooper Swagalak. The freshman's got 6. All of those came in the second quarter. And then Liam Coughlin hit on a 3-pointer very early in this one. He's got 3, and that is all the scoring for the Open Door Patriots. Jared, you got some team stats over there.
I certainly do. In the first half of play for the Open Door Patriots, again, trailing 26-19 at the intermission. They were 7 of 18 from the field in the first half, so nearly 40%. 2 of 2 at the line, only went twice, nailed both attempts. 11 rebounds, matched by their 11 turnovers through the first half of play. Open Door did connect on 3 of 9 attempts from downtown. Staggeringly similar, the Wellington Dukes. 11 of 28 from the field in that first half of play, right around 40%. 1 of 2 at the charity stripe, 15 rebounds, just 3 turnovers. That's the big difference, I think, statistically, and what you've seen from opportunities to go around for Wellington as opposed to Oberlin, with that turnover differential being tipped heavily in the Dukes' favor, 11-3. The Dukes beyond the arc were the same, 3 of 9 from downtown. So really, I think it comes down to just more opportunities for Wellington, and a lot of those coming off of turnovers in that first half of play. Couple scores to get to you before we take a break and get ready for second half action. At the half, Fairview leading Clearview 42-26. And girls basketball at the half. There was a lone girls game tonight. It was Hoban over Avon Lake at the half, 28-22. So that one, a pretty big matchup in terms of
heavyweight fight.
Girls sports, and again, their tournament action is getting ready to start this weekend. So that's what's going on over there on the girls side of things. Get you some more scores as things roll along here throughout the night. So we're going to send it to break.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
And we will be back to get you the start of this one, second half action, coming up on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
It's the biggest show of the year, the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Nick Abraham Buick GMC is once again proud to be a part of the event, so you can see their latest lineup packed with style, performance, and innovation. Take the drive to their Elyria showroom, where special auto show deals are waiting for you. From the auto show to your driveway, get your next vehicle at Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
All right, the halftime festivities are done. Jared's working on some more scores from around the area because we've got a packed schedule of games here tonight. So we'll get you those scores as we have them, but it's Open Door that is going to start with the basketball. I'm not really sure what just happened right there.
I think it resulted in a turnover.
Yeah, there's a turnover.
So not the way they wanted to come out here.
Trying to figure it out. That was an inbound, and they passed it back to Conklin. Maybe the official saying he didn't establish himself before he caught the ball, but anyways, Open Door turns the ball over to start the second half, and it's Wellington with the basketball. Wellington passes the ball over into the right side to Worth. Worth gets it up top to Kinzer. Kinzer to Whitehouse. Whitehouse tries to dribble inside, almost has the ball stripped, but he gets it back, puts up a short shot, rebounded. That's no good. It's rebounded by Open Door, and then they quickly get the ball down the court, and that's an easy layup for Coughlin, as that makes it 26-21. And now we got a 5-point game here, as Wellington's got to try to get their offense going. Coughlin scored the first bucket of the game for the Dukes, and now he scores for the Patriots. Now he scores the first bucket of the second half. Kinzer's got an open three-point attempt in the right corner. That is perfect. Kinzer hits the three, and that makes it 29-21 Wellington. Swagelak's got a wide open three-point attempt in the corner. That's no good. Strong rebound by Wellington, and here come the Dukes. Worth has it, drives all the way into the lane, up and in with a left hand. Ole defense got played there by Open Door, and Worth went right through it and hit the layup. Now down on the other side, it's Coughlin firing up another three-point attempt that's no good, and here comes Wellington. Whitehouse quickly down the floor. He's going to hit a layup. That's good. And we're going to get a timeout called by Alan Januzzi, as again, Wellington just picking up the pace. That's what we talked about. And as they picked up the pace, they're picking up easy buckets. They've extended their lead 33-21. 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back with more on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Back out here live, 6:28 to go, third quarter. Wellington 33, Open Door 21. Michael Keefe, Jared Kozar joining you here from the perch here at Wellington High School. Dave Rydell running the camera. As out of this timeout, Alan Januzzi saw his team kind of losing control after they had cut this lead way down. Wellington's opened it back up. Out of the timeout, Open Door with the basketball. Bendick passes it up top to Hanrahan. Gives it over right side to Coughlin, who gives it to Patton, top of the key. Back to Coughlin. He drives into the lane, goes up with a shot that's no good. Two defenders get their hands on it, and it's quickly the other way. The Wellington Dukes, and it's Kinzer who finishes with a right hand, and he gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for a three-point attempt.
Yeah, Alan Januzzi takes the full time out there to say, hey, guys, we gave up 7 straight. Well, it could be 10 really soon here after scoring the first bucket to start here in the third quarter. So definitely a regroup moment for Open Door, but it doesn't seem to have paid off quite yet, at least not in that first possession out of the timeout.
So Kinzer steps the line to convert the three-point play attempt, and he does. Kinzer with the three-point play makes it 36-21 Wellington. 6:01 to go here in this third quarter. Pulios comes back in for Open Door. Gives it over to Hanrahan. Hanrahan back to Swagelak. Swagelak to Bendick. He's got an open three-point attempt that's short from the left side, rebounded by Worth, and here comes Wellington, and look at them, they want to run. Wellington quickly gets the ball down the court, try to get it inside to Kinzer, and the ball hits the baseline as he dropped the pass, and it's out of bounds off Wellington. Open Door gets the ball back.
Well, for the Dukes, Mike, I think it was exactly what you talked about to close out our halftime segment. Jim Baker's message was, guys, let's get out there and run. Let's push the tempo here. We've got an advantage here. We've got to make them play our brand of basketball, and it's working so far here beautifully in the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter.
Patton's got it for Open Door. He's trying to get the ball to Bendick, and instead almost turns it over. Now Bendick comes away with it. Good pass there by Bendick to Hanrahan, who puts it up and scores with a right-handed layup. And Titus Hanrahan hits on his first bucket of the game. Now Open Door picks up the pressure, and it's going to be stolen by Bendick. Bendick's got it. He drives into the lane, tries to go up with a shot. It's going to be a travel called. A little contact there, but Bendick just kind of lost his footing. Tried to get the ball outside to Patton, but before he did, he traveled, and Wellington gets the ball back.
I think Scott Chronicle, the official over at the far end, had made the call that Bendick was already kind of falling back a little bit, so even there was contact, it wasn't going to save him from the turnover.
So Open Door picks up the press, and it's going to be stolen again. Bendick, nice play there, and he brings it quickly down the court. He fires it over towards Coughlin in the corner. Coughlin couldn't handle it, but gets it back up top to Hanrahan. Hanrahan, right side, gets it top of the key to Pulios. Pulios back to Coughlin, swings it around to Swagelak, over to Bendick. Left wing. Bendick dribbles right, hits Pulios, swings it over to Swagelak, gets it inside to Bendick, and he gets hammered by Lemkool. And that's a foul there against Wellington, and it will be Open Door basketball on the baseline under their own hoop. 4:35 to go here in the third quarter. 36-23 is the Wellington lead. And I don't know what happened.
Are they going to say that got deflected off of off of a Patriot?
All right, they're going to say maybe there was a deflection, and so they're giving the ball to Wellington. Here comes Worth quickly down the floor. He gets the ball inside quickly. That is up and in. Just an easy bucket as Gavin Wacker goes up and scores it. And that makes it 38-23 Wellington. Bendick's got it left side. They send the double team at him. He drives into the lane anyways. He goes up with a shot and misses it badly. Rebounded by Coughlin. Gets the ball to Swagelak. A three-point attempt is no good. And rebounded by Wellington. And here they come quickly. Whitehouse has it. Dribbles right side. Hits it to Kinzer in the corner. He puts up a three that looked great, but it's no good. Wacker gets the rebound. Gets it back up top to Whitehouse. And Wellington will reset after the offensive board. Kinzer up top. Whitehouse swings it over to Lemkool, who finds Worth right in the middle of the lane. Nobody was guarding him. Worth floats it up and scores. And that's another bucket for Deacon Worth. 40-23 is the Wellington score. the Wellington lead, as Open Door is going to miss on a three-point attempt, and then here comes Wellington. Worth quickly down the court. They outlet it to him. He's got another bucket. And we're going to get another timeout. Alan Januzzi is going to take a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But, man, Wellington just exploding on those fast break opportunities, and they have made it 42-23 with 3:17 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, looking at a 19-point lead now. Alan Januzzi wants to realign what he's got there, but you're looking at, for Wellington, they're 7 of 9 from the field here in this third quarter. A lot of it off of one-and-done opportunities, I think, for Open Door, not being able to secure offensive rebounds. The Dukes get it, push it the other way. They're taking high percentage shots, good looks, and again, they're doing it because they're beating the Patriots back down the floor the other way. And you just don't know what they have. And worth it mentioning, you had it in the pregame. Open Door played back-to-back games Friday, Saturday, and that's kind of a situation that maybe catches up with you with a quick turnaround with a Tuesday night game. I don't know if they've played 3 games in 4 days the entire year, especially with the way some of these cancellations have gone.
But especially with a short roster. Out of the 30-second timeout, it's a 16-4 advantage for Wellington here in this third quarter. Open Door gets the ball to Bendick. He dribbles into a double team and swings it inside to Patton. Patton gets it to Hanrahan. He goes down the lane on the right side. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Kinzer, and he tries to get it quickly down the court, but it's quickly intercepted by Bendick, who goes up with a right hand, and he makes the layup. And Bendick has his first points of this second half and makes it 42-25. Whitehouse has it for Wellington. Gets it to Kinzer. He dribbles into the lane. Now he's looking for somebody to get it to. He gets it back to Whitehouse. He dribbles into the lane. Now he's going to have a step-back jumper that's no good. Rebounded by Swagelak, and he gets the ball to Bendick, and Bendick will bring it up the court. 2:30 to go here. Third quarter from Wellington High School, where the Dukes are enjoying a big lead. Three-point attempt is no good for Open Door, as Hanrahan had a wide-open look at it, but he couldn't convert it, and it's rebounded by Whitehouse for Wellington. Whitehouse gets it to Worth on the inside, and he's just strong move on the inside. Goes up for a layup. He does not make it, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Deacon Worth has been in attack mode since, I wouldn't really call it the first minute of this game, because it took him a little while to get going, but maybe about the second and a half minute going here in the first quarter. He has been on a wrecking crew machine. He's got 19 points, looking for more here at the line, and converts.
He hits his first free throw. That gives him 20 points on the game. It's Deacon Worth just out-physicaling. I mean, he's the most physical specimen of all the players out there, and there's just no answer for him on the Open Door side.
Pretty smart player, too. You would expect that in a guy that's, really shouldered that team leader role, and it's on display.
Worth hits both free throws. So give him 21 points on the game. That's 8 here in this third quarter. 44-25, a 19-point advantage for Wellington, as Open Door just looking to get something going on offense. They've got the ball in the hands of their leading scorer, Bendick, who passes it over to Swagelak. He's got a wide-open three-pointer, and he drills it. He had 2 of those in the second quarter. He's got one now in the third. That makes it 44-28. Wellington with the basketball. Roldan has it, gets it inside to Worth. Worth swings it outside to Lemkool. He's got an open three-pointer that's no good. Rebounded by Bendick. Bendick bringing it quickly down the court. Finds inside, going up for a layup for Open Door, but missing it is Dietrich Geyer. And Wellington grabs the rebound. Geyer just kind of rushed the layup attempt. And now it's Wellington that goes up for a shot. It's Lemkool that puts it up in the lane. No good, though. And quickly getting it down the court is Open Door. Hanrahan converts a layup. As Titus Hanrahan, after an excellent pass from Braden Bendick, converts the layup. The lead is cut down to 14 with 1:22 to go here in the third quarter. And this time it's Jim Baker that wants a 30-second timeout. So once again, we'll keep it here, but a little bit of life there for Open Door.
And that's why I think Jim Baker said he's got to take the 30-second timeout. Had not called one to this point in the game, so still at his full complement of timeouts. And just, hey guys, we're up 14. It's still a healthy lead, but we saw this in the second quarter. If you give Open Door an opportunity, they will take advantage of it. I wouldn't say it's been a rough night for Open Door. I'd said it's been a rough odd number quarters for Open Door. They did not do that well in the first quarter. They did not do well here to the third quarter. But Jim Baker, cognizant of the fact they closed that second quarter pretty well, and it's one of those situations, do you want to give them momentum heading into that fourth?
When you said it, yeah, it's kind of what you said just right there before the half. Right now, the message for Coach Januzzi and the Patriots over there is, all right, we're down 14. Let's see if we can get this down to single digits before we hit that fourth quarter, and then it's anybody's game.
Yeah, I think Allen's thinking to himself, we were down 19 about 2.5 minutes ago, so, I'm going to run out of time eventually, but the point is that I'm getting my guys in the right position while there's still time on the clock.
And it's going to be a turnover, as it was Beal trying to get the ball over into the corner to Lemkool. Threw it too high into the stands. Look out over there. But it's Open Door that's going to inbound it. Out of the turnover, they get the ball to Bendick. Harassed by Roldan in the backcourt, but he gets into the front court. And it's Coughlin now with the basketball for Open Door. We're going to get a reach-in foul against Whitehouse. Way far away from the basket, all the way out near the logo.
Neither team in any danger right now with just the 2 team fouls apiece with 1 minute and 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. But, yeah, you mentioned it's still 40 feet away.
Sure was. 1 minute and 2 to go. Open Door going to inbound it from the sideline. They get it quickly into Bendick. He attacks the hoop, puts it up with the right hand. It goes, and he gets fouled by Worth. And it'll be Bendick that goes to the line to try to convert a 3-point play attempt. Really crafty play on the inbound there.
Yeah, and you're going to get the ball in the hands of your best player. Sometimes that's what has to happen in order to finish out these quarters strong and stay on that run.
Bendick, free throw attempt is good. Gives him 5 points here in this third quarter. And all of a sudden, just like that, went from a 19-point lead for Wellington down to 11, 44-33. We are just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Open Door picks up the full court pressure. They get it to Roldan. Roldan gets it into the corner to Lemkool, who finds Whitehouse wide open under the hoop for an easy right-handed layup. And that's what you got to be careful of with that pressure. On the other side, it's Open Door that quickly gets the ball down the court. It was a wide open layup attempt for Hanrahan, but he just short-armed it. And here comes Wellington quickly down the court. It is Worth. He finishes with a right hand, and he gets fouled by Bendick. And now it's Worth that's going to go to the line to try to convert a 3-point play.
Probably the guy that you don't want to see start to take that momentum back if you're Open Door is a guy like Deacon Worth to look to put away a 3-point opportunity here. We'll see what goes on, but it's just the second foul on Bendick.
Worth, perfect from the free throw line again, converts the 3-point play. Now the clock down to 33 seconds to go. Clock not running again. There it goes. 49-33 is the Wellington lead. Open Door with the basketball. Bendick has it out near the midcourt line, and he gets fouled all the way out there again. Roldan fouls him as he tried to catch a pass. And with 24 seconds to go, it'll be Open Door basketball, sideline out of bounds.
Not shooting free throws yet, 24.6 left to go here before we hit the fourth quarter. But the fourth team foul for the Dukes there would put Open Door there, whether they're shooting or not, the next time a foul occurs, unless it's player control.
Clock ticks under 20 seconds. 49-33 is the lead. Open Door with the basketball. Bendick tries to drive around Roldan, then he gets double teamed. Pass it over to Swagelak. Now he gets it back to Bendick. 7 seconds on the clock. Bendick dribbles left. He drives into the lane, gets it to Swagelak. Wide open three-pointer from the corner is short. No good. Rebounded Wellington, and that's how the third quarter is going to end. So quarter of runs there, but it's Wellington that goes on the last run. They extend their lead back out to 16. And that's where we sit after 3. It's Wellington 49, Open Door 33. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is proud to once again be a part of the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Check out the latest models, explore new technology, and find the perfect ride that suits your lifestyle. Love what you see at the show? Head over to Nick Abraham Elyria Ford for special deals you don't want to miss. From the show floor to the showroom, your next ride awaits at Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Fourth quarter time, it was 10-5 Wellington after one, 26-19 after two. Wellington really blew things open there in the third quarter. 49-33 is the lead for the Dukes as they look for their 5th win of this season. Wellington will start the fourth quarter with the basketball. They quickly inbound it. Kinzer gets it over to Whitehouse. Whitehouse looking inside, gets it over here to Lemkool right underneath us. A corner three is perfect as Bryce Lemkool buries the three-pointer to start the fourth quarter for Wellington. Coughlin on the other end, passes top to Hanrahan. He buries a three-pointer. Titus Hanrahan hits a three-pointer. That gives him 7 points on the game. 52-36. Wellington with the basketball. Again, Open Door picked up full court pressure, but Wellington beats it. Worth hits Lemkool for an easy layup underneath after a great pass. And that makes it 54-36. Lemkool with 5 quick points. Open Door gets it into the corner. It's going to be another three-point attempt. That's no good for Hanrahan, but rebounded by Open Door inside and then blocked. As Open Door went up for a layup, it was blocked quickly down the court is Wellington. And after a bobble, they got to slow it down a little bit. They swing the ball around. They get it to Whitehouse. He's just going to take a wide open mid-range jumper that's no good. Rebounded by Worth, but then turnover to Open Door, and here comes Open Door with the basketball. Coughlin goes into the lane. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Try to keep up, Jared.
Pretty fast to start this fourth quarter of play, and I had the feeling that maybe Open Door thought, well, we've hit the juncture in the game where you have to shoot your way back into it, and it's going to be a 3 every time down the floor. Clearly not the case there, coming off of a rebound, or a steal, that they thought they had some numbers and some speed.
Liam Coughlin hits his first free throw. Makes it 54-37, 17-point advantage for the Wellington Dukes here with 6:42 to go in the ball game. And it may be the first time in the game that Worth is going to catch a little breather.
Yeah, he's going to take a break, and I don't know if his evening is over by any stretch of the imagination, but you never know. On senior night, he's done a lot, certainly.
Coughlin calmly buries 2 free throws to make it 54-38. Wellington with the basketball, 6:42 to go. And Open Door picks up a little full court pressure, but Wellington beats it easily. Lemkool gets it into the inside for an easy layup attempt for Gavin Wacker, his second bucket of the game. And that makes it 56-38. Wellington steals it on the other end, and now here comes Wellington quickly down the court. It's a layup attempt that's perfect for Connor Kinzer. And man, he just seems to beat everybody down the court every time, and it's a 20-point lead for Wellington. They get the ball inside to Patton. Patton lays it up and in for Open Door. That's Zane Patton's first bucket of the game. Makes it 58-40 with 6 minutes to go.
Some defense will be optional here over this final 6 minutes. I really believe that.
Well, Worth's night is not over. He gets up to check in. Whitehouse lines up a wide open three-pointer from the top of the key. It is perfect. And Whitehouse now with 10 points on the game makes it 61-40 Wellington. Open Door with it. Coughlin into the lane. He goes up for a layup. No good. Rebounded out to Bendick. He fires a three-pointer that's good. And man, oh man, we're going to get a 30-second timeout as the offense is coming by from both sides now. 5:36 to go here, Jared. 61-43 is the Wellington lead.
Yeah, Jim Baker takes that timeout, and again, it might be, just as we talked about, too fast and the pace of the game. He just said, I'm going to burn a 30-second timeout in order to get my guys back in here and come up with a plan. Berea Mid-Park leading Avon Lake in boys basketball at the intermission, 37-20. So that's another game going on as far as SWC conference is concerned. Now, that conference race still alive. Olmsted Falls and Berea Mid-Park are tied at top. So Old Falls, for the first time ever in the history of Olmsted Falls, rooting for Avon Lake tonight. And they might come up a little bit short. Fairview, final score here, I believe, are very close, 74-44 over the Clearview Clippers. So the Fairview Warriors are going to advance, not advance, but they'll win the ball game tonight over at Fairview.
Well, they advance to their next game with a win. I like what you did there.
They advance.
Moving forward. Out of the 30-second timeout, it's Wellington 61 and Open Door 43 with 5.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Wellington with the basketball. Worth has it. He's going to go up for a layup that gets stripped away by Bendick, and it goes out of bounds off of Open Door. Wellington will maintain possession. Worth with 24 points, and he's still looking to get to the hoop every time he's got it. So Wellington will inbound the ball right under their own hoop on the baseline. Inbound goes to Whitehouse. Gets it to Worth. Worth's going to pop a three-pointer. It's off front iron, no good. Rebounded by Patton, and here goes Open Door. Coughlin's got it. Going to get it to Bendick, top of the key. He dribbles left side into the lane, fires it off to the side, and now it's Pulios. Stops, picks up his dribble right at the free throw line. Lucky to get it out of there, as it's finally going to wind up in the hands of Patton. Gets it to Hanrahan, and Open Door's passing it around. 5 minutes to go in the game. It's an 18-point lead for Wellington. Bendick has it for Open Door, and I think we're going to get a moving screen here, and that was pretty obvious. Pulios came over to set a screen, and Bendick went too early. And it wound up with a moving screen called against Open Door, and Wellington will get the ball back.
You know, we did talk about it a lot in that first half. It was 11 Open Door turnovers. Done a pretty decent job. I credit that with the offensive fouls and turnovers. Just 4 here in the second half. So if you're looking for positives, I think that was a message maybe in the half that stuck.
Kinzer and Whitehouse kind of just playing back and forth here as there's going to be a turnover. They tried to get the ball inside, but Open Door was there. They turn it over. Hanrahan goes up for a layup, as it looked like a clean block by Kinzer, but instead it is going to be a foul called against Kinzer, and it's going to be Hanrahan that goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, I thought he established himself back there pretty well as far as the chase down was concerned.
Well, it was a good athletic move, but Titus Hanrahan is at the line shooting 2.
Huron Tigers have a first half lead over Columbia, 39-31. It's another game going on around our area that, you know, just not a lot of county versus county in Lorain on tonight. Well, at all, except for this ball game here.
Hanrahan hit his first free throw. Now he toes the line. We're going to make it 2 for 2, but that one's going to go in and out. Hanrahan 1 for 2. That makes it 61-44. A 15-point lead for Wellington, and they've got the basketball. Kinzer's got it in the corner. He's just going to fire a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Patton. That's a good, strong rebound by Patton. And now he gets the ball over to Bendick. 4:19 to go. Open Door moving quickly. Bendick's got it on the left wing. Swings it all the way over to Coughlin. Coughlin, top of the key. Dribbles left side, gives it to Bendick. Bendick over there. Back to Coughlin. Wide open three-pointer from the corner. That's up and good. As Liam Coughlin buries a three-pointer, that gives him 5 fourth-quarter points, and that makes it 61-47. So Open Doors cut it down to 14. 3:54 to go in the game. Whitehouse has it for Wellington. Swings it over to the side. Good job there just to keep it from going out of bounds by Lemko. Gets it over to Kinzer. Kinzer back to Whitehouse. Back up top to Kinzer. He dribbles into the lane. Passes inside to Worth. Worth keeps it inside. Now it'll be Lemkool. Fires a corner three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Open Door. And here comes Bendick. A race down the court. He gets it ahead to Coughlin. It's blocked and then saved. And what an athletic play there, as that was Whitehouse who blocked it and then tried to save it and threw it off of Lemkool. It went out of bounds off Wellington. So it's going to be Open Door that keeps the basketball. And we're going to get a timeout called by the Wellington Dukes. It's going to be a full timeout, as Jim Baker wants to talk it over with his boys. 3:28 to go in this one. So 14-point Wellington lead, 61-47. We'll be back right after this on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
3:28 to go here in this ball game. Wellington with a 61-47 lead. Open Door is going to have the basketball out of the timeout. They're going to inbound it right under their own hoop. They get it to Bendick. Bendick over in the left corner, going to dribble it off towards the top. He cuts into the lane, tries to find somebody, cuts it inside to Hanrahan. Hanrahan goes up for a tough shot. He just kind of wound up throwing it over the basket, but he got called for a travel before he did that. And so it's another Open Door turnover. And with 3:19 to go and a 14-point lead, Wellington gets the ball back.
I think one of two things is going to happen. The travel is going to get called or an offensive foul for lowering the shoulder. Either way, Scott Chronicle knew that and said, we'll let you go with just the travel.
We're going to get another turnover here as a nice play by Coughlin there. Wellington tried to get the ball inside to Lemcole, and I think Wellington caught a break there. I think Lemcole fouled Coughlin, but the official just said out of bounds, and Open Door gets the ball back. It's Bendick who's got it top of the key. He dribbles right side. He's just going to fire a three-pointer that's going to go off left rim. It's rebounded, though, by the smallest guy out there, the freshman. Swagelak comes away with the rebound, tries to get it to Bendick up top, but the ball is tipped out of bounds by Wacker for Wellington, and it's going to remain with Open Door. 2:45 to go. 61-47 remains the score. A 14-point Wellington lead. Patton inbounds the ball to Coughlin. Coughlin gets it to Bendick. Bendick dribbles right side. He gets a screen from Hanrahan. Tries to cut down the baseline. Now he picks up his dribble right under the basket. Fires it to Swagelak, top of the key. Swagelak gets it inside to Patton. Patton goes up for a layup that's no good. Rebounded by Whitehouse. And the Dukes bring it down the court. 2:24 to go. Whitehouse has it. Fires it into the corner. Kinzer that drives baseline, gets it back to Whitehouse, fires a three, no good, back iron, rebounded by Lemcole. Gets it back to Whitehouse. Whitehouse into the corner to Kinzer again. He floats one that's up and good. And that makes it 63-47. Well, baseline float shot there by Kinzer as Wellington quickly gets it down. Bendick goes up for a shot. It's no good, rebounded by Wellington. And now it'll be Kinzer who fires a three from the corner. That's perfect. Connor Kinzer, just kind of explosive offensively off the bench for the Wellington Dukes. He's got 19 points.
So we're going to nearly 20-point game, just trailing Deacon Worth in terms of Wellington scores.
Open Door with the basketball. Bendick tries to go inside. He's looking for a foul. He's not going to get one there as he just drove into a double team. Kind of airballed the shot. Worth going to go up for a layup for Wellington on the other side. No good. And Open Door winds up with it. It's Coughlin, dribbles right side. The ball kind of gets stuck on his hip. It's tipped out of his hand. He does a good job to corral it and then gets it up top to Patton. Patton saves it from being a backcourt violation but throws it right to Wellington. And it's Wacker who gets the ball inside to Worth. And Worth hits a layup with 1 minute to go to make it 68-47. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout here as Wellington is 1 minute away from their 5th win of the season. And it's been impressive to watch. Again, you got to give credit. Open Door fights hard, but it's a short bench. It is not a big roster, and you get tired fast when you're playing a team like Wellington's playing tonight.
Short bench. You mentioned Open Door playing back-to-back over the weekend, the Friday, Saturday, and now the quick turnaround on Tuesday. The dimensions over at Open Door when they play over there, shorter floor. A couple of things are involved with that. I've got to think Lake Ridge, also not the same dimensions as what we have at the Duke Gymnasium. One of the bigger facilities you'll find in the Lorain County League, to be sure. So that can start to take its toll, too. And everybody will say, well, it's only 8 or 9 feet, or 8 to 10 feet, whatever. It's not that much difference. I don't know. These guys are young high school athletes, but going up and down that much in terms of what they do in practice every day, got to take a toll.
Swagelak brings it up and picks up his dribble, gets it to Pulios. I think Bendick's night is over, as well as some of the other starters. Pulios has it, dribbles right side, loses it, gets it back. Pulios tries to get it to the inside. And going up with a layup is Open Door. The layup is missed by Dietrich Geyer. And Wellington, they've emptied their bench as well, as we've got several of the JV players out there for both sides. Geyer missed the layup, and then there was a foul called right after. The clock's just running. Clock's just going.
They might be waking up for the 5 seconds that they lost a couple other times in this ball game, but they did put more time on the clock there, back up to 32.7. But, it's sort of elementary with the 21-point lead.
So 21-point lead as now the official's going to go over to the scorers table. Had quite a few time issues. They're going to put about 6 whole seconds back on the clock. So we're going back up to 38. And now Wellington will inbound the basketball. Carter Siebold in the game. Let's get this kid from France a bucket, yeah? Sam Bohr in the game. He's a senior. on senior night. Great to see him get a bucket. He hasn't scored this season. They're swinging around. Boer's got it. He's going to drive into the lane. He goes up. He floats it. It's no good. It's offensive rebound. They get it back to Boer. He's going to fire a jumper from the baseline. It's off the rim. It's rebounded by Wellington, and it's put back there. Man, they tried to get him that one. As Dylan Parsons came down with the offensive rebound. He scored the layup, and that is going to be how this game ends. As the Wellington Dukes, quite impressive in this one against the Open Door Patriots. They win it by a final score of 70-47. Hang with us. We'll be back with the post-game show. We'll give you stats, scores, and so much more right here on the all-new WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
It's the biggest show of the year, the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Nick Abraham Buick GMC is once again proud to be a part of the event, so you can see their latest lineup packed with style, performance, and innovation. Take the drive to their Elyria showroom, where special auto show deals are waiting for you. From the auto show to your driveway, get your next vehicle at Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Lorraine Medina Rural Electric offers a quick and easy way to pay bills online, monitor your daily electric use, and receive updates from your cooperative through SmartHub. Members can sign up for this service at www.lmre.org or contact the LMRE office at 440-647-2133 for more information.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is proud to once again be a part of the Cleveland Auto Show, running February 20th through March 1st at the IX Center. Check out the latest models, explore new technology, and find the perfect ride that suits your lifestyle. Love what you see at the show? Head over to Nick Abraham Elyria Ford for special deals you don't want to miss. From the show floor to the showroom, your next ride awaits at Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria.
Welcome on into the post-game show here with the hometown Wellington Dukes. Made senior night a special one. They come away with a 70-47 victory over the Open Door Christian Academy Patriots. Michael Keefe, Jared Kozar scaring you on the screen here as Dave Rydell pointed the camera at us. That's not nice, Dave. We called you a man of the people, and then you showed our faces. That's mean. That's mean to do.
He did what we knew he would do. He blew it.
It's an immediate unsubscribe for most people when they see. No, I'm just kidding. We're glad you're here. We're glad you joined us as you have all season long for basketball here in Lorain County as we are getting ready for postseason basketball. So make sure, first of all, before we even get into the postgame, make sure you're following along. Get over either to the Facebook page or to the X page, WEOL_media there, where you can kind of follow along with us, or just kind of check on the Chronicle Telegram as well to see where we're going to be, what games we're going to be covering for the postseason, because it is right around the corner, Jared. If you can believe it, it feels like we were just starting. It feels like you guys were just out at Midview starting off this season in November, and here we are. End of February, and we're getting ready for playoffs.
Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, that's almost 4 calendar months ago that we've been at this, and basketball's like that. We sign up for it, we enjoy it, but as you well know, that initial tournament volley email went out there today to see who's available and where we're going to be, so more to come on that. Rocco Nucci does a great job as far as keeping people updated on our social media and online at WEOL.com, all the platforms. He'll make sure you know where we're going to be at once we have that finalized.
And listen, I'm not going to do this too often, but just so much credit to you. You know, you'll hear a lot of Ron Yance. You'll hear some Rob Polinsky. You'll hear me every once in a while. You hear Rocco every once in a while. And we get to kind of trade off and do these games. But Jared Kozar does just about almost every single one of these basketball games, whether it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday. Doesn't matter what day it is, you're out here. So big credit to you for just being so available all season long.
Well, I appreciate that. One of the my tireless work ethic is something where you're just very available. Doesn't always mean you're the best guy. It just means you're very available.
The best availability. Come on, I love that. He doesn't get hurt often, is what we're saying. Go back to this game, though. The Wellington Dukes get their 5th victory of the year. A couple wins in a row now for the Dukes and Jim Baker. And I don't know, you watch them in a game like tonight, Jared, and it's hard to imagine they didn't win more games, as they really were just physically dominant. That's what I take away from this one. Athletically, they were just so much more gifted than the Open Door Patriots were, and that's not a knock on them. But these boys out here at Wellington were bigger, faster, stronger, and the Patriots just couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, it was really tough as far as their personnel was concerned to match up. We talked about it, challenging week for them, challenging 7 days, a couple of games over the weekend, and then the quick turnaround tonight. They'll watch some film on this one, and then I think they'll just regroup and try to figure out. They've got one more game, I believe, until they hit postseason play this week, and then for Alan Januzzi and company, I think it's get ready for the tournament.
Let's talk about a little bit of scoring. I'll give you some team scoring and some player scoring, and then, Jared, you can give us some stats from this one before we wrap things up here from Wellington High School. But the Wellington Dukes scored 70 points. They had 10 in the first quarter, 16 in the second, 23 in the third, and 21 in the fourth, and they were paced by an outstanding effort from their senior forward, Deacon Worth. He had 7 points in the first. He had 6 in the second. He had 11 in the third, and he had just 2 in the fourth, but he had 26 points to pace the Wellington Dukes. How about Connor Kinzer? He did not get the start. I think he is a guy that gets a lot of starts, but they started all of their seniors in the game tonight. So I think Kinzer a normal starter, but he didn't start. He scored nothing in the first quarter, wound up with 19 points, just really kind of exploded for the Dukes in this one. He was number 2 on the totem pole for them. 10 points for Landon Whitehouse, hit a couple big three-pointers in this game. 9 points for Bryce Lemkool, did the same. And rounding out the scoring, 4 points by Gavin Wacker. And then you saw right at the end, Dylan Parsons hit a little turnaround jumper to give himself his only bucket of the game. 2 points for Parsons, the sophomore, and that's how we got to the 70 points for Open Door. On the other side, for Wellington. Tough start for Open Door. 5 points in the first quarter, and then they were consistent. 14 points in the second, third, and fourth quarter for Open Door, as they were very consistent all the way through. That got them to 47, and that was their final. And they were paced by Braden Bendick, who just tried to do as much as he could for them tonight. He wound up with 18 points for the Patriots. Got some good outings from a couple of his teammates. Liam Coughlin, I thought, was pretty impressive, especially the second half. He had 3 points in the first half. He wound up with 10, with 7 in the second half. I thought he played well. I thought Swagalak played well. He was pretty reliable in that corner with that corner 3. The young freshman has got a bright future ahead of him, as he wound up with 9. Titus Hanrahan wound up with 8 points, and rounding things out for the Patriots, Zane Patton scored 2. What about team stats over there, Jared?
Well, for the Open Door Patriots, again, coming up short, 70-47 here this evening at Wellington on senior night. It was 17 of 50 from the field for the Patriots, 34% on the night, 6 of 7 at the line, so really impressive percentages there by both ball clubs. 23 rebounds for Open Door, 17 turnovers. Now, they had 11 in the first half, cut that down to 6 in the second half, so hats off to them there as far as come up with an improvement for the second half of play. For the Wellington Dukes here, senior night went as planned, and you mentioned, they got nice performances from a lot of that senior group out there. 29 of 59 from the field, so 49%. We can just go ahead and round that up to 50 because it's senior night. 5 out of 6 at the line, so they did their job there. 35 rebounds, a decided advantage on those boards, and 11 turnovers in the contest for the Wellington Dukes. They notched that 5th victory of the year, and again, senior night, like we talked about, it's a special night, and certainly they sent this group out here who's had maybe some difficulties throughout the course of the campaign. You wouldn't know it to see it tonight.
So again, with this victory, Wellington, their 5th win of the year, they go to 5-15. Open Door falls to 3-17 on the season.
A couple of quick finals before we wrap it up here. Girls basketball, a game that really I don't think that we had in the Chronicle Telegram today, but one that did go on. It might have been a makeup, I'm not sure, but it was Hoban taking out Avon Lake 52-44. So the Avon Lake girls entered postseason play after the loss to Hoban, and it was Fairview knocking off Clearview 92-54. So we knew that one was about a 30-point game. It exploded for even a larger deficit to be the final of 92-52 in favor of the Clearview Clippers. And girls hoops earlier, it was Hillsdale taking out Black River 61-21, a final. Those are the only finals we have. Of course, you want to check out WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram e-edition to get more final scores from around the area from tonight's ball games, and certainly as you move on through the rest of the regular season and into postseason play.
That's right. You keep along with everything as we will take you all the way through the playoffs. This one in the books. I think the next one, at least as I know on the schedule, I don't know, do you have the night off tomorrow, Jared, or you got a game tomorrow now?
It's going to be off tomorrow. We are moving along to the regular season finale, and that's going to feature Elyria Catholic hosting Padua in a rematch of an instant classic. Padua took them out with a three-pointer at the buzzer probably about 5 weeks ago. So, looking forward to that one. Should be a nice close to the season over at the Coliseum for both Elyria Catholic and our coverage regular season-wise on WEOL.com and that CT YouTube page.
Well, again, stay tuned to all the socials, the website, everything, the Chronicle Telegram, and you can find out where we're going to be all throughout the playoffs covering these teams. That's going to do it for us here at Wellington High School on senior night, our last order of business. Just to give out our thank yous, first of all, huge thank you to the fine folks here at Wellington High School, whether it is their head coach, Jim Baker, who got us great information before this game, athletic director John Bowman, the rest of the good people here at Wellington. Big shout out to them for hosting us. Big shout out to our sponsors. Huge thank you to them, Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. The Lorain Medina Rural Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy partner, and Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Our last thank you and our biggest thank you goes out to all of you, everybody that listened, everybody that watched. We appreciate you. We love you. And we love that you support WEOL. You guys go have a great rest of your night. We're going to go have a great rest of ours. It was a great night here for the Wellington Dukes. They win it. Final score 70-47. And that is going to do it for our coverage. For Dave Rydell behind the camera, for Jared Kozar, I'm Michael Keefe. We'll talk to you after the next game. Until then,